jobs, you know what I mean? I was trying to just survive. So I needed to take advantage of the system.
Some more.
I needed to take advantage of the system. You know what I mean? Just to get me by, just to get me through.
You know
what I mean?
Like
but
said,
it's not.
I have a question though, just as we're talking about all the like welfare and everything like this. So let's put things in perspective, right? By and large, whites make up the majority of this country.
Yes.
They also make up the vast majority of welfare users, WIC, right? All of these things. So I would imagine that if they make up the majority of users, they also probably make up the majority of abusers. Why do we need to build a wall to focus on knocking out welfare fraud and lowering the cost of who's getting welfare? Why do we focus on the smallest portion of that and not the largest? Once again, because it is a poor white issue. Because you would literally, if you really wanted to make it about, hey, we got too many people on welfare and we got too many people taking advantage of the system. By and large, I would attack the biggest group doing it. But then that's your voter base. Come on, bro. It's politics.
And the people.
Let me tell you. Let me explain something to you. These are people who are United States citizens. Black Americans and white Americans are citizens who have a right
to abuse the system.
Not to abuse the system. Not to abuse the system.
Okay.
People who are abusing the system. I've never said you're looking at me like, oh, you think it's okay to abuse the system? I never said that.
I was trying to catch you.
No, yeah, you were, but you're not going to. People who abuse the system. I don't care if you're white, black, green, yellow, pink, purple, should not be allowed to abuse the system. Period. And if you come here from overseas or wherever you're coming from, and then you abuse the system, no, you shouldn't be allowed to do that.
So what okay.
What costs more?
Let's quantify.
What costs more?
What costs more? The 70% of people here and what the losses are on them abusing it, or the 15 to 20% of people coming here and they're abusers. Which one costs more? Because to me, that's where you find the priority in which one is causing you to hemorrhage faster, right? So if I have a shotgun wound on one side and I got a little pencil cut on the other, what do I want to get plugged up faster? And I think that's a question. That's why I keep saying, once again, this was a voter-based priority. This was not any type of fiscal or financial priority, because if you really wanted to knock it out and solve the problem that way, you wouldn't have had to target such a small portion of the country in terms of who's receiving welfare.
You mean to tell me what the percentage of white people are that actually get benefits, Social Security or social benefits and stuff?
I don't want to know what percentage of white people receive it. I want to know out of the people who receive it, what percentage is white. That's two different stats. Do you get what I'm saying?
The percentage of them that receive it is like 12 or 14%.
Of white people that receive it. I don't want to know what percentage of white people receive help. I want to know out of all the people that receive help, how many of them are white. Because that number is the majority.
No. Well, whatever. Take the look at the census. Figure out how many white people there are in the country by the Census Bureau.
But they don't.
And then look at 12% of that.
But all of them don't get help. All of them don't receive food stamps. And all
what
that.
I'm saying is,
but
if you have 200 million white people in the country and 12% of them are on welfare, then that's what I'm saying.
But when you look at just welfare,
I'm talking
welfare. When you just pull out just the welfare stats, though, that 12%. Might actually, the people who are on welfare might actually be 70% that
of
are
all
white.
Of the users who use welfare. That
may be 70% when you just do the welfare.
It is. It's higher on the white side of the aisle, because there's a lot more white people in the country.
Exactly. So that's why I go back to saying, if we really wanted to look at welfare and where there's loss in welfare and where there's waste, or where we're hemorrhaging money in welfare, I would imagine that if whites make up the majority of welfare users, they probably also make up the majority of welfare abusers. It's a simple mathematical.
No, I know. So what you're saying.
So if that was your real focus, if that was your real focus, hey man, this is costing us so much money because these illegals are coming here, they're getting this welfare, they're getting this and that and the other. If finding waste in welfare and lowering waste in welfare was your goal, why build a wall? See what I'm saying? They don't correlate. They don't correlate.
Look,
one is very racially focused, man.
It's not just about welfare, Christian.
What else is it about?
It's also about people that are coming here that are committing crimes as well. You have people that come over here that drive drunk, commit crimes, kill people, stuff like that. And there's no way to really vet them because you don't know who they are.
But I mean, they got Americans that do all that too. They got people who are citizens.
But does that make it right to import more people to do that? No,
it doesn't make it right. But if somebody is trying to escape from being impoverished, what's wrong with letting them be over here?
If they're trying to escape being impoverished?
Yeah, impoverished, or they're escaping asylum.
Because they have a much higher rate of being dependent on the system and getting social services.
So
I mean, you can't just open your gates to the entire world and say, "Hey, everybody who has a problem,
but if they're
come on over."
How are they going to get those benefits? How are they going to abuse the system?
I told you how they're going to abuse the system. Yeah, through their kids. And there's other ways to do it as well.
So if the kid has to be a certain age for you to be able to receive benefits, right?
I don't know. I've never been on it. Never had my kids on it. Tell me about it, Donte.
Okay. I'm just saying,